guys, it's Melanie. Welcome to my channel. So today I have a book outlet haul for you. So stay tuned. Oops, I did it again. I bought too many books. But that just means more to show you. And because I have 4 boxes here, I'm actually going to split this into 2 parts. So this is part 1 and we'll just do the top 2 boxes in this video. And we will wait and do the bottom 2 boxes in the next one. So let me move these out of the way and we shall get started. Okay, got my first box here. Got my receipt. Paper. 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 Okay, so the first book in my box is Going Bovine by Libba Bray, and I bought this book because it was Libba Bray, and I read her Gemma Doyle series back in like October, and I loved it, so I wanted to get this one as well, and I really didn't know anything about it going in, just that it was Libba Bray, and I just bought it. But New York Times calls it a hilarious and hallucinatory quest. Entertainment Weekly says smart, funny, layered. And it says offer this to fans of Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, seeking more inspired lunacy. And that was Publishers Weekly. So I know somebody else that'll probably like this. It says from acclaimed author Libba Bray comes a dark comedic journey that poses the questions: why are we here? What is real? What makes microwave popcorn so good? Why must we die? And how do we really learn to live? All 16-year-old Cameron wants is to get through high school and life in general, with a minimum of effort. But that's before he's given some bad news. He's going to die. Hope arrives in the winged form of Dulcie, a loopy punk angel / possible hallucination with a bad sugar habit. She tells Cam there is a cure if he's willing to go in search of it. With the help of Gonzo, a death-obsessed video gaming dwarf, and a yard gnome who just might be the Viking god Balder, Cam sets off on the mother of all road trips through a twisted America into the heart of what matters most. Okay, that sounds really interesting, and actually sounds like something Xander would really enjoy as well. So, yeah. Oh, and this was $3.19. I would have figured it was a scratch and dent because it's a little bit messy around the edges, but it was $3.19. Okay, the next thing is this gigantic book here, and thank goodness I've already read it. It's The Sweet Farthing by Libba Bray, and this is the last book in the Gemma Doyle series. So I have the first 2 already. And for this one, I just listened to the audiobook, which took forever because this book is freaking gigantic. But I loved the series so much that I wanted to have a physical copy of this one as well. And this was $4.29. Okay, so the next 3 books in this box are part of a series, but it's not the complete series. It's a 5-book series, and I'm missing books 1 and 3. But we have The Last Good Girl, Discretion, and A Good Killing. And these are book 2, book 4, and book 5 of the Anna Curtis series by Alison Leota. And these are legal thrillers featuring Anna Curtis, and she is a prosecutor for the U.S. Attorney's Office in Washington, D.C. And they sounded so interesting. I think maybe they can be read separately, but I'm not entirely sure about that. But I think it's probably best to read them in order. But I do need to get the first and third books. Let's see. Discretion was $1.19. A Good Killing was $2.69, and The Last Good Girl was $4.79. Okay, so the next book in my box is Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Seanan Mcguire. And how cool is this? It's a signed first edition, which I didn't realize that, so that's awesome. And I open it up and there's like this imprinted like little rocket ship. I don't know if you can see it. And the font is red. But I finally just recently got Every Heart a Doorway from an Amazon order. So I'm super happy to have this, and now I just need to get the one that comes after this. Beyond the Sugar Skies or something like that. I'm so excited about this. So if you don't know already, Every Heart a Doorway is about these kids that go to these fantastical fairylands or wonderlands or whatever, and eventually they come back home and they have a hard time dealing with reality because they've just come from somewhere so fantastical that they're having a hard time coping with the plane of everyday life. And that's what this series is about, as far as I know. And I don't want to go into too much about it because they're such tiny books that I imagine it wouldn't take much to spoil. And there's the signature. Very cool. And this was, at one point, an $18 book. And I got this for $6.39. Okay, so the next book in my box is The Killing Jar by Jennifer Bosworth. And this says, I try not to think about what I did to that boy. 17-year-old Kenna Marsden has a secret. She's haunted by a violent tragedy she can't explain. Kenna's past has kept people, even her own mother, at a distance for years. Just when she finds a friend who loves her and life begins to improve, she's plunged into a new nightmare. Her mom and twin sister are attacked, and the dark powers Kenna has struggled to suppress awaken with a vengeance. On the heels of the assault, Kenna is exiled to a nearby commune known as Eclipse to live with a relative she never knew she had. There she discovers an extraordinary new way of life as she learns who she really is and the wonders she's capable of. For the first time, she starts to feel like she belongs somewhere, that her terrible secret makes her beautiful and strong, not dangerous. But the longer she stays at Eclipse, the more she senses there is something menacing lurking underneath its ideal veneer, and she begins to suspect that her new family may have sinister plans for her. Ooh. And this is also another black book with a red font. And this book was 99 cents. So sorry if I have an angle change, but my battery was dying, so I had to change that really quick. Okay, so the next book in my box is My Lady Jane by the Lady Janies, and that's Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. And they do all these retellings of different Lady Janes in history. So this is the first one in the series, and then My Plain Jane is coming out sometime in 2018 if it's not out already. And then they're going to have My Calamity Jane in like 2020. So they're just different retellings of different Janes. So this one is about Lady Jane Grey, and it says the comical, fantastical, romantical, entirely, but not really, true story of Lady Jane Grey. Lady Jane Grey, 16, is about to be married to a total stranger and caught up in an insidious plot to rob her cousin, King Edward, of his throne. But that's the least of Jane's problems. She's about to become Queen of England. Like, that could go wrong. And there's a great little blurb here that says, The Tudors meets Monty Python, prepare to laugh and gasp and clutch your pearls. And that's Tahara Mafi. And it just sounded really cute, and everybody that I've heard talk about this has really loved it. I know that Haley over at Haley in Bookland is a big fan of the Lady Janies, and she always gets so excited when she's talking about these books, so I'm excited to try it out. And though it seems like a bigger book, it's actually not so bad because the spacing is pretty big. So I think it'll go by a lot quicker than it looks. And it's purple, and there's like a horse on it, which I believe is Gifford, who she is supposed to marry. And it's this gold font. It's pretty. Okay, so the last book in this box is The Lost Girls by Heather Young. So in 1935, 6-year-old Emily goes missing from their vacation home on remote Minnesota lake. So her mother and 2 older sisters spend the rest of their lives in this home, hoping that one day little Emily will return. Now 60 years has passed, and Justine inherits this home from her great aunt, along with a notebook telling about everything that these other women went through. Now, Justine sees this lake house as a great opportunity to get away from her manipulative boyfriend and give a stable life to her daughters. But the Minnesota winter has begun, and the house is cold and debilitated. And her only neighbor is this strange old man that seems to know more about what happened the summer of 1935 than he's let on. And Justine must overcome their tragic legacy to save her life and her children's. And I just thought it sounded really interesting. And there's a blurb here that says, Heather Young has crafted a gorgeous book that moves artfully back and forth through time, weaving a suspenseful tale steeped in generations of family secrets. Places hold memories. The Lost Girl reminds us so beautifully. Places shape us, bind us, haunt us, but sometimes they can redeem us too. And that was Jennifer McConan, author of The Night Sister. Okay, so that is all in this box. Let's move those out of the way, and we'll get the next box. Oh, and this book was $5.39. So my total for that first box was $35.31 for these 9 books here. So not too bad. Okay, now onto this box. Paper, receipt, and we got a $5 coupon. Okay, so this box is a box of kind of fun, artsy, craftsy kind of stuff. A lot of it was for, I mean, some of it was for me, but a lot of it is actually for Xander. So the first thing in here is dollar bill origami, another way to impress your friends with money. And it looks like it was $7.97, and I got it for $2.19. And it's just shows you how to fold your money to make different little things. Like, that's how you make a polar bear. And I thought this was something Xander would really enjoy. So we got that. And I have this really awesome Connect the Dots book where like everything's got like 2,000 or all of the little puzzles or whatever, they have like over 1,000 dots. And I think some of them have like 2,000 dots. And it's difficult, but the pictures come out really, 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 really cool. And Xander wanted one like that, so I got him a Star Wars one. And these have, each one has over 1,000 dots on every page. I'll give you an idea of what this looks like. Can you see those dots? And so it's going to make pictures like this, which I thought was pretty cool, and was definitely something that more like what Xander would like. And this normally sold for $14.99, which is probably around what I spent on mine before I ever discovered Book Outlet. And let's see, this one was $4.79. Also, Xander's getting really big into drawing and sketching and that kind of thing. And also, since we're homeschooling, you know, we have some art time. And so I got him How to Draw Angry Birds. And it looks very, very cute. And these are very simple kind of drawings. But I think you'd still have fun doing it. And this was $1.09. Next we have, for the same reasons, for arts and crafts time with Xander, we have Craft Smart Papercraft. 12 inspiring papercraft projects for you to try. And it's just a bunch of really cute little things there. Like how to make a fishy piñata. Or spangly bangles. And this was $1.09 as well. Next, we have these really cool dot to dots that I didn't even know existed, and they're called Connect and Color. So they're these really difficult dot to dots, like connect the dots. But then afterwards, once you've got it all connected, it's like an adult coloring book. So that's really cool. So we have Great Escapes, Mindful, and Wild Kingdom. And there's like a lot in these. Like they're pretty thick. And these are so cool. Like, I don't know if you can see these pictures of how they're supposed to turn out. But isn't that awesome? Okay, so these were, the Great Escapes one was $5.39. Mindful was $5.89. And Wild Kingdom was $5.39. And then I got a couple for me too because I really enjoy these. I got Disney Princess dot to dot, and these, all of these dot to dots are like over 1,000 dots per thing. Like, can you see the ridiculousness that is this connect the dots? But it's going to make cute little things like this. And this was $4.29. And the next one that I got for, well, I really got it for me, but I guess Xander can use it too, because he's actually really big into space and that kind of thing. So he would probably enjoy this one as well. It is a star to star astronomical dot to dot puzzles. And how cool is this? And it's like, plot your own night sky with starry dot to dot puzzles. Discover amazing constellations and the stories behind them. So what's really cool is, like, let's turn to mine. So we have, on this page is Taurus, and it tells all about it. And then you have the connect the dots, which is pretty cool, I think. So Taurus is April 20th to May 20th, and my birthday is May 7th, and Becca's is May 16th. So we both are Taurus. Xander is an Aries because he is March 25th, and Marty is a Virgo. Let's see if I can find Virgo's page here. Yeah. Marty is a Virgo because his birthday is September 10th. And this is actually a scratch and dent. And so was my princess one. The princess one has, like, there's like, it was folded or something here. And this one has a few places where you can tell it was folded. It was pretty kind of banged up. But it's not bad. You can see there. There's a few creases on the back and on the pages too, like it. But I mean, it's not too bad. And this one was $4.29. And then more paper. And then the last thing in this box, we have cartooning, how to draw and paint 100 cartoon faces and expressions. And again, this is for Xander, but we have things like this. And this one was $1.19. So my subtotal for that box was $35.60, but I had $20 rewards for that. So I got all 10 of these for $15.60. So about $1.50 each, so really not bad. Alright, so that is all that was in those 2 boxes. So keep an eye out for part 2 where I open the other 2 boxes. And have you read any of these books that were in my first box? If so, comment down below and tell me what you think. But no spoilers, please. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, bye!